Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. Oh, sorry, I gotta unplug something. Ugh. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. I'll try not to talk too loud because some people might be just waking up. But so here we are. I don't even know what day it is. Oh, it's Thursday. Yes. Happy Thursday morning. We've got Poet. Good morning, Poet. Every time I see your name, I'm like, I can't wait to get your book. Okay, let's say Thursday. So if your book doesn't come today, it should be here tomorrow. I'm anxiously waiting for it. Hey, Peggy. Hi, sweetheart. I made it again. Yes. Good morning, Marilyn and friends. Yes. It's trash day. That's right. Trash day. Thursday. Actually, our trash day is Saturday. Duncan goes to the dump. Because that's what we do in the sticks, right? Oh, Sin, my friend Sin, fully good, gave you, like, even though I probably won't be awake when you go live, she left that for me a little while ago. Gotta love Sin. Yeah, if you haven't checked out her channel, it's at Sinful Good. I might even have it in my banners. I think I do. That's her YouTube channel, at Sinful Good. She's got great recipes with short videos and explains it, and they're great. I've made a bunch of her recipes already. They are awesome. Awesome, awesome. Sandy Duncan. Hey, Sandy. Good morning. Good to see you. Cat Jack. Hello. Thanks for coming in, everybody. OBG Foster. Hi. Hello. This is awesome. Grand Theft Hoopty. Good to see you. So, I had a super busy day yesterday. I was live and hanging out with you all. And then I had a bunch of stuff I needed to do, but I was trying to listen to as many videos as I could. I think I only got through probably 2.5 of them, but I went out with my kids last night. Well, 3.5 if you count Car Talk with Duncan and Poe on the Go and Clearwater Chad were on last night. And thus the hubcaps that I have hanging here, okay, and on the chair, you can't see it, but there's a chair in the corner, is draped a whole string of antique license plates. So Duncan took over my little studio last night because he does have an office that's like twice the size of this room, but I got the equipment. So Poe on the Go asked him to be on Car Talk last night, and so I was leaving. I had to go and do something with the kid. Well, I didn't have to, but wanted to go do something with the kids, and so he took over my studio and he moved the table way over so that you couldn't see my yarn, and he turned it into a man cave. So he had license plates hanging everywhere. He's got hubcaps. Yeah, all kinds of stuff everywhere. Some of them are still in the package. He has this link. Oh, this is heavy. Ugh. This Lincoln hubcap here. So yeah, he took over my studio, turned it into a man cave. Oh, I'm just looking at the comments. Hey, Red, retired Red. Good to see you. Hi, Osa. Yes, say hi to Mr. Miscavige. Yep, Mr. Miscavige. Yeah, geez, a lot going on. I have a lot of things that I wanted to put in. I did put quite a few things in the description of this video, and a couple things that I watched yesterday that I'd like to talk to you all about. And also, there's 3 channels that I'm, uh, really trying to promote that are new and need our help. So we've got Vanessa LaRose, the Gray Zone. She's Vanessa from Degraded Daughters of Dianetics. She has a new solo channel, and she's still doing the collaboration with Alicia from Degraded Daughters. So we've got that, and I'm pretty sure I put her playlist and also a video she did with Aaron yesterday about SPTV, so I really wanted to talk about that. Also, I put Liz Ferris, her playlist from Pokemon and Cults, and Michelle Carpenter, her playlist. So those are 3 channels that really could use some watch hours if you, are so inclined to just click on the links in the description and just play them. You can even put them on mute if, you're not around to listen to them, but if you could help them out, that would be awesome. Pup Groomer 20, hello, hello. Good to see you. Nice. Lydia Von Stretchclaw. Hi, Lydia. Afternoon, listening while working over here in Scotland. Wow. I love that. I always say this, but I love this time of day because you get people from everywhere. Even get some of the West Coast girls from California. Yeah. Get some of them too, the 2 Liz's. Maybe they'll pop in. Deborah, good morning. First time commenting, having my coffee with you. Thank you. I'm so glad that you commented. I remember the first time, not to scare you, Deborah, but the first time I commented on something, I think it was probably Aaron or Mark Headley's channel, Claire Headley's channel, and I was just like, "Hi," and I was like so nervous, like, what? I didn't even know about these chats, these live chats, and I'm like, "Hi," and Goldie right away was like, "Hello," with like all these hearts, and I'm like, "Who's this Goldie lady? She's so nice." I was like, "Wow, these people are really nice." So I'm like, "Okay." I was sorta lurking for the longest time, and then, yeah, one thing led to another. I started crocheting Xenu outfits and getting to know people, and then, it's all Clearwater Chad's, fault. I wonder where he is this morning. I could pick on him, and he was, inviting me on his channel. We did the first chat-a-thon together with Denver Stevo, and before I knew it, I had a channel. So, yeah, it started with one little comment. Yep, it happens, it happens. I've been watching. Okay. I'm so glad, I'm so glad. Michelle R. Morning all, getting ready to go out of town. Oh, I'm glad I can, talk to you while you're doing dishes or packing or, you know, do that. Goldie is from Poet. Goldie is a goddess amongst us mere mortals. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. And also from Poet, lurker to chatter to YouTuber. Yeah, that seems to be a thing, huh? It happens. Lydia Von Stretchcott. Don't make me start singing Lana Del Rey's West Coast here. No one needs to hear that. Yeah, no one needs to hear me sing either, but that happens too. Peggy says, "Welcome, Deborah." Yes, welcome. Yeah, I love to see new people that decide to start chatting. I think it's awesome, and it's such a welcoming community. And so I think it was the day before yesterday. I was chatting with Vanessa LaRose of the Gray Zone, which is her new channel, and yeah, she's so cute. Oh my god, I love talking to her. And she said she was going on with Aaron to talk about what SBTV is and what it's not, and just to encourage people and be able to answer any questions. And she had questions for him, so it was really great stream. I actually put the video link in the description of this and with a bunch of other ones, but oh, people are asking questions already. Michelle R, how was karaoke? Yeah, we ended up going to open mic. I didn't sing because I don't play an instrument or really sing. I sing karaoke because everybody expects you to be bad, right? And then sometimes people are so good, it's like, "Whoa." But my kids are really good. And they have an acoustic, um, open mic night right underneath my boy's apartment. They live over a restaurant. And so my all 3 kids sang. I wish I had gotten some video, but I was just, relaxing. My phone is I need to, like, yeah, free up some space on my phone so I can take more video, but it was really fun, and they had invited me, and I said, "Well, dad can't come because he's gonna be on he's gonna be on YouTube because he's a big YouTube star now." And, for anyone who was just coming in, these hubcaps are because of Duncan. He took over my studio last night and did car talk with Poe on the Go and Clearwater Chad, so and I've got oh, this is so heavy. I've got hubcaps just hanging out here, a whole string of license plates over there, license plates on my desk. Yeah, like, he doesn't have enough space, he's got a huge office. He's got all of the outdoors. He's got what he calls outbuildings. He's got, like, these sheds with all his stuff. But he took he took over my space too. Peggy, my doggies and kitties are looking at me, wondering why I'm not feeding them. Oh, go feed them. Poor things. I can hear Apollo barking. I hope you can't hear him. Lydia, I think Goldie is a collective conspiracy theory. I thought so too. I have spoken with her on the phone, so she's a real person. And she is I mean, you know how funny she is in the chats. She is so funny. I love her. I watched that about the SPTV. Yeah, that was really good. Lydia, that Aaron slash Vanessa talk was really important in my opinion, especially for people wary about coming forward just now. Yes. It yeah, it was really good for people that are considering making a channel, especially ex-Scientologists, because that's, the space that we're in. And it was great because they were, being very real about it. They're saying, you don't have to worry about doing all this editing or knowing a ton about the technology of it all. If you have a story, it's valid. It doesn't have to be this big, like, polished thing. And, they gave Reese as an example, relatable Reese. She's so relatable. And Erin was saying how when she first came on, she was just like testing the mic for like 5 minutes, like, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? And she was like nervous, and she's just real. She's just talking about her life. She's just, you know, a normal person. And he said, "Just put yourself out there. You can say, 'Hey, welcome to the shit show.'" I don't know how early it is to I can say that, but yeah, I mean, he just said, and there's no gatekeeper, there's no rules, there's no copyright on the SBTV name or logo. He said that anyone creating a channel can use the intros and outros, that, it's a collective, but it's not an official thing where you have to ask permission, where you have to be a certain way or a certain thing. So, um, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm looking at questions and stuff. I don't wanna miss any questions and comments. Nancy, Marilyn, I hope you're asked to do a video with Erin and Vanessa on you starting your own channel as a never in. Um, yeah, I mean, of course, if they ask me, I think that, and this is just speculation, I don't know. I mean, Aaron has talked about doing, like, a Jeopardy thing with the Never Ends, but then Liz Gale ended up picking it up and quizzing us, so that was awesome. But I think he's focusing, of course, on ex-Scientologists, and he has done, and this is a little bit off topic in a way, but kinda ties in, I think, is he has done a few interviews with survivors from other, uh, culty or maybe high control or controversial, groups and religions. One of them was, Shalise and Sola from, cult not Cults to Consciousness, and he said he got a lot of flack from the, Mormon co the LDS community. So, I think that he's maybe shied away from talking about anything that's, not about Scientology, which basically your comment was talking about me making an SPTV channel. Um, yeah, I mean, of course, I would love to talk to them, but I'm not I'm not worried about it if I'm not because I'm here. They know I'm here, and I know that they're very supportive of Never Ends. I mean, Aaron did mention that in the video. He said, if you're Never In and you want to do SPTV and ex Scientology or anti Scientology content, feel free to, and a lot of people do. You know, so, and it doesn't necessarily have to be all strictly about Scientology all the time. I mean, Reese talks about her animals and, other stuff. So it's just sharing your life. And that's part of it is the recovery from high control groups. And while I do talk a lot about Scientology, I also bring in other experiences, other cults, other high control groups, and maybe some kind of borderline controversial groups. But I've got some things coming up. Not sure what things I can announce yet, but just stay tuned because next week I've got some great content coming up, and we'll see what pans out. But pretty excited about it. Cat Jack. My hubby spreads out all over the house too. Now that the kids have left, I finally claim one room. Yeah. Can I have one room? Thank you very much. I got a hubcap. He offered to take them down. I did take down the license plates because they were like literally right behind me. But I was like, I'm just gonna leave them up for now. They look kind of cool. Can you tell they're hubcaps? I mean, I don't yeah, I guess you can. They almost look sort of like speakers or something. I don't know. I just kinda like that. They sorta look like a '50s, vibe back there. Because I usually eh, if it's nighttime when I'm streaming, I'll open at least one of the curtains, and I've got some nice plants and some lights and stuff, but during the day, it's just so backlit because I've got 2 windows, and it faces the south side, even though I don't get a ton of sun in this little hollow here. I get in trouble for calling it the holler because it's not technically the holler, but it is in the Appalachians, and I won't go into that. So I get I get corrected. Stand corrected. Oh, hey, there he is. I was talking about you, Clearwater Chad. Were your ears ringing? Chad's here. I know. I gotta get him like a leather jacket so he can put like the collar up and be like, hey, like he comes into the chat and everybody's like, Chad, Chad. Mhm. Oh, yay! Joel McCoy. Hello, Joel. Good morning, my friends. It's a beautiful day here in Colorado. Nice. It's really nice today too. I kind of wish I could open that window, but then it would be so backlit. I don't want to blind you guys. Last week, Amy said, oh, this is OBG Foster. Last week, Amy said she might be interested in interviewing Never Ends on why they're intrigued by ex Scientologists. Yeah, isn't that funny? It's like we're watching them or we're so interested in and fascinated by them. And they're kind of looking at us like, you know, fascinated by our fascination, I think. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm very touched by that myself. Coming from a different group, but just I'm just amazed and really touched by the amount of support that everyone shows towards people that have uh, have suffered, cult abuse. And I think, I've said this before many times, is I think we can all relate to a degree. You know, we've all encountered situations that may have made us feel controlled, uncomfortable, abused, undervalued. So I think we can all relate. I just saw somebody, but I always try to catch the first. Oh, there it is. Candy's Life. Hey, Candy's Life. Hey, Candy. Good to see you. Oh, everyone's saying hi to Chad, even my husband. Hi, Duncan. Hi, Chad. They're best buds because now they did car talk together last night. Hey, Victoria. Hello, Children of Scientology. Nice to see you. I'm glad you told me who you were because I thought I might have thought you were Christy. Good morning. I'm not sure what time zone you're in, Victoria, but some of you ladies are early birds. I love it. I like to do this time of day. I like, having the opportunity to just talk to people from all the way from, California to Europe and even Australia. I don't know what time it is. It might be middle of the night in Australia, but yeah, I love this time. I'm in Central, coming in hot from Nashville. I bet it's like cold here in Vermont. Central Time. And I like to go on either earlier or later because I'm sure the other channels don't mind, and I'm such a small channel, it probably wouldn't matter, but I like to be respectful of ex-Scientologists. I feel like this is their space, so I like to do, maybe an early stream, and also I like to free myself up to be able to watch the channels too if I'm around. So, yeah, I just think it's like a respect thing. I sometimes we'll go on at night too, but I try to, push it later, like with the Nutty Never End guys. And also I've done a few streams lately with the lovely Liz Ferris. I love her so much. And it's her fault I'm out of tissues. I keep saying I'm out of tissues and I forget to get them at the store because I don't leave the boonies that often. Candy's Life, I haven't been to bed yet, honestly. Tuning in from Maine. Wow. You haven't been to bed yet? Yeah, I did sleep, but not long. I I totally understand the insomnia thing. So, yeah, like I said, there's a couple of videos that I, put the links in the description, and one was the one with Vanessa and Aaron, and I just love what they had to say about their own experience doing kind of growing into SPTV, and just they were honest. They said, when you speak out, chances are you are going to be fair gamed, but you know, they were saying it's okay because what really can they do to you? Right? I mean, there are so many. And Aaron said, honestly, I love I love how he just kind of, blurts it out. He's like, I just want to be Dave Miscavige's worst nightmare. And he totally is. He totally is. That's great. I love it. And just getting as many voices as as many confirming many things confirming how terrible Scientology is, just just shedding the light on it, exposing all of its practices. It's gotta something's gotta give. Something's gotta give. It just keeps me up at night. I get sad and angry but instead of that, I just support everyone and keep speaking out, right? Keep it going. And there was another video I wanted to talk about, but I just wanted to keep greeting people as they come in. But Mike and Leah did an interview, and I think was it Rachael Hastings? She was a she was a videographer for for Scientology, and because she came out as gay, they did this ethics handling and basically forced her to um, do ethics handling with other people. And this man was confessing things to her that were absolutely horrific. And it's just, one thing that really, really, bothers me about Scientology and a lot of high control cult, you know, religious type organizations is they what the Bible would call they strain a gnat but swallow a camel. It's like they're straining out a gnat. Okay, someone is attracted to the same sex, right? And then they swallow a camel by letting all these terrible, SA type people uh, hurt children and hurt women and hurt other people, and they just like make sure the guy eats, make sure don't hurt his feelings, don't. And meanwhile, Rachel is trying to tell them what he is doing is so illegal, immoral, wrong, and she's writing reports, and they're handling her. They're sec checking her and giving her a hard time for exposing this stuff. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Peggy, that video was incredible. Oh my god, they always focus on the wrong thing. Exactly. Exactly. It's just if any if anything could be so rotten to the core, it's Scientology. It really is. It's like I think of that movie, Apollo 13 with, Tom Hanks, and everything on the ship is going wrong. They're stranded in space, and everything in the ship is going wrong, and all these buttons and all these things, and it's like they're fucked, right? And, uh the flight, what was he called? The whatever he was, the commander asked in Houston, asked, one of the guys that was, like, manning the computers, and he was like, "What's going on? Is this instrumentation?" And he's like, "Oh, we're looking at a quadruple failure," right? And he's like, "Okay, let's get this into perspective." He's like, "What on the ship is good?" Right? And if you ask that about Scientology, what on the ship is good? I would say probably nothing except for the people that we want to be set free. We want them to be set free. Other than that, the whole foundation you know, is bad, I think. Jen, hey y'all, good morning. Hey Jen, good to see you. That was an intense conversation. Yes, if you're talking about Mike and Leah and Rachel, they would in the middle of some of her descriptions, they would stop it and pop up a black screen that said some things were omitted, you know, because of the nature of them. So uh probably I'm sure twofold because some things you can't talk about on YouTube. Other things, certain words and other things that were just so graphic that it was probably just, horrific and you can't like people would be very much triggered. Sorry, I am flying solo this week. So I hate the dead air, but like I said yesterday, you probably don't want me to sing during the dead air. Candy's life, insomnia, depression, and grief all together. Oh, it's very difficult for me to navigate. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Michelle R, you guys start my day off right. Thank you. Yeah, I feel the same way. I love starting my day off with you guys. I wasn't sure if I was going to do one this morning, but I woke up early and got my most of my paperwork done for my board meeting tonight for the nonprofit, and I thought, "Why not?" Right? Why not? I'm just scrolling up to see what I might have missed. All right. Joel McCoyne. I've been watching SPTV since the beginning and before. Yeah, me too. I think for the most part, it is about people who care about others. This is an example of the good in people. Kindness is contagious. Absolutely. I believe that. And you are very kind, Joel, and I think it's contagious. I hope. Morning, all. Happy almost fall. Yeah. Is this the last day of summer or was that yesterday? It hasn't felt like summer here for a few weeks, though, honestly. But the leaves are going to be turning soon. It is my favorite time of year here in New England, especially Vermont. I think, we're kind of known for fall foliage and all that. Oops. Peggy, us never ends are a tiny blip on the radar. We love to say hi, Osa, and keep moving on. Hi, Osa. I don't have my Osa cup today. I've got my Gary Coleman, my different strokes my son gave me. I think I've showed this before, but yeah, I love this. My youngest, Carter, I was talking about how he's a jokester. I was talking about that yesterday. But yeah, so when I have this cup, everybody knows stay away from me, right? Watch. What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, we got all kinds of props today. I've got hubcaps in the back. Mhm. I don't know if any of you saw. Oh, sorry. I don't know if any of you saw the after party. Well, it wasn't really an after party because it wasn't really after anything. But myself, Clearwater Chad, and Denver Stevo did the after party Monday night, and John Sostovsky, I call him John Scooby Dooski. He sent us hats to wear. So if you haven't seen that, you have to just check it out just to see the silly hats. Yes. Um, Happy Ca Oh, thank you so much, Peggy. I appreciate that. I forgot you had a lunch. Yeah, duh. Thank you for modding. My From a poet's book, all about Scientology, my Scientology haikus and limericks. Thank you for that link. Yes, please check out his book. Duncan Honan, good point. Scientology is built on a foundation of lies. You sit on a throne of lies, compounded with malice, abuse, cover-ups, greed, etc., etc. Down with all of it. Yeah. I mean, I guess some people have benefited from some of the what they call counseling, the basic beginning communication um, courses and stuff, the $50 courses. But if you really want to get abused, you have to pay thousands, hundreds of thousands, in some cases millions. You know, Liz Gale, yay, caught you. Good morning, good morning. Good to see you, man. You're a trooper. You are up early, Liz. Good to see you. Everyone's saying hi to Liz. Mm. Jen, all the colors changing so pretty over in your neck of the woods. It really is. I love this time of year, and it's apple season. And so I'll give it away if you haven't seen last Monday's shenanigans, mayhem, and foolishness on the after party. So John, I call him John Scooby Doo, John Sosowski, sent us hats, and mine was like a Little House on the Prairie bonnet or like a Handmaid's Tale bonnet. And my husband commented, and he's like, "That bonnet must be working because Marilyn's been making apple crisp and homemade soup." And I'm like, "Yeah, you wait." I still owe him for hanging up these hubcaps and license plates, which I did take down, but they're draped over on the thing. Oh, yeah, he's having too much fun with his power tools and his car talk with the guys. Pup Groomer 20. I love when you're on in the morning. I listen while I get ready to open up my shop. Oh, and groom dogs all day. It's a perfect day. Thank you. Well, that's awesome. I love spending, and that makes sense because your name is Pup Groomer 20. I wish you lived near me. You like to groom Pomeranians? They could use it. It's getting to be that time. Little Rocky still has his kinda fuzzy, puppy coat, but Apollo's real it's really growing in. It's really growing in. Evelyn Lee Barney, Candy's Life. I am in Central Mass from the Boston area originally. I live in Central Mass now, but I did live in Portland area for a few years, loved it. Yeah, Evelyn, are you on which side of Worcester are you on? Because anything east of Worcester is usually considered Boston over here in the in Western Mass. Well, I'm in Vermont, but I'm literally like practically a stone's throw from Mass. That's where I do everything. That's where I lived for most of my life. But yeah, anything west of Worcester is just no man's land. It's just Western Mass. The boonies where all the hicks and the yokels live. So, but yeah, to just go back to what I was saying um, about that whole video with Mike and Leah and Rachael Hastings. It's just another example, not just another example. It is another example, yet another example of the atrocities. I mean, my God. And she did go right to law enforcement as soon as she left. She blew out of Scientology. She's like, I can't stay. This is not in good conscience. I can't stay in this organization if they're covering up these abuses and SA of children. It's not okay. It's not okay. And she contacted Mike, and Mike said, will you be willing to go to law enforcement? And she said yes. So she did. She got kind of the, you know, pat answer like, "Oh, yes, okay, yep, thank you." She got some kind of feedback, but nothing that really has her feeling like they are doing anything about it. So it's somewhere in a file. But one of the things that Mike was saying that unless an actual victim comes forward, and a lot of times they don't know they are. Maybe they were too young to remember, or they weren't taught what is abuse and assault. They could be afraid, and they've taught not to go to law enforcement. It's just unbelievable. I didn't see it yet. Fill me in. Yeah. So from what I remember, Rachel Hastings was a videographer. She had gone to film school, and she joined the Sea Org, and she was basically recruited because of her expertise in filming. And she was trusted. She had a phone. She had a phone. She had, money and things. And she was basically traveling all over. And when she was doing this filming, they would, pull her aside for like sec checks because she was exposed. She was out in the world. She was exposed to things. Well, one thing led to another. She came out as gay, and they basically took her aside, started doing their ethics handling. Part of that was she had to audit and basically counsel other people or get things out of them. So this man came to her many times and was started off by saying things like, I rubbed up against a girl. Well, how old was she? Well, she was 16. And one thing led to another. And he confessed to so many things, so many horrible, horrible things that literally when she was talking during the interview, they blacked out the screen and said like, this part of this story has been omitted because it was just so bad. So all these things were happening. I'm just gonna start a couple things. And along with that, she was also talking about the fact that, she was treated worse, way worse than this guy who had committed all these horrible crimes against children. And because she said she was gay, oh my God, it was like so much worse for her. And they just the way they treated her. And this was really interesting, just kind of as an aside, super interesting, was Osa had basically told her to go and watch Going Clear in the theaters because they trusted her so much at first in the beginning. And they gave her these like spy glasses that recorded the whole movie on the glasses. And she had to put in a purchase order for popcorn with with Scientology because she didn't wanna look conspicuous. So she went in with the spy glasses and the popcorn that she had to use a purchase order to get, and Mike asked her, you know, "What was it about did when you were watching Going Clear, did anything, resonate with you? Were you, in some ways, did you start to get doubts?" And her first answer was really interesting. She said because of her background in a filmography and, her in film school and all that, she said the first thing that was really impressed upon her was the quality the production quality of Going Clear. And so instead of it being kind of some hokey, home movie looking thing, she said it was, done by Alex Gibney, who is highly respected, and the production quality was just so top notch that she couldn't help but think they must be really serious about this. This must be something that people are really concerned about and really care about because to put this much care into the production quality. And so she started to think like maybe there is, something to this. But I just thought it was really really interesting that was her first thought was this is something to really pay attention to because of the care and the quality, put into the production, so it was good. I've been in business for 20 years now, couldn't see myself doing anything else but grooming. Yeah, I don't know how you get them to stay still, especially, like, mine, like, um, Apollo, he hasn't been to the groomer yet. 'Cause I was funny about it, like, in the beginning, I really wanted to, because I always had rescues and I was always, so nervous, like, I didn't know what to do or anything, so now getting the puppies, like, of course, I got all the puppy books because I never really had a puppy, I always had older dogs, so getting the things, they said, don't bring them out until they have all their vaccinations," and then I said, "Okay, well, I'll wait a little longer," and now, um Apollo's been neutered, so I think now he's got all of his everything, his shots and neuter and all that, so I do wanna get him, groomed, but also, like, kinda get him used to being around other dogs that aren't Pomeranians, you know? This Gail, wow, that's a lot, thank you. You're welcome, I hope I described it a little bit coherently, I don't know. That's what I got out that's what I got out of it. Gotta hog tie them, yeah. Marilyn, we should talk. Yeah, absolutely. I'm always up for talking. As you know, I'm always talking. Definitely. Dog owners, don't forget to tip your groomer. I always tip them really well because I always feel bad because I feel like I bring I bring them in kind of like a mess, like not behind their ears and at least my other ones were like that. And I don't know how well behaved they are. So it's like, oh, they were okay. I better give them a really good tip. Yeah. Lydia, I want to think that the FBI are quietly building a case and can't speak about it. Else, what is the point of the FBI? Right. And in this case, this was definitely a case for the FBI because this was overseas and it was an Interpol thing. And there were photographs and bad, super bad, the worst kind of movies on the internet. So, yeah, definitely. It's just, and I'm actually feeling ill, you know? Yeah, it's horrible. Happy chaos? Peggy, uh, I watched the video about Claire and Leah's trip to LAPD last night. I'm so infuriated. They have brought so many things to the police and LAPD doesn't care. They're too yep, in Scientology's pocket. I did start to watch that one, but I just didn't get a chance to finish it. I think I probably got about 20 minutes in and they hadn't gotten to actually, talking about the meeting or whatever. They did, yeah. But I knew it wasn't good, and LAPD is useless when it comes to Scientology. Mm. Oh, I just saw something I wanted to put up. Candy's life. Peggy, I'm doing a letter writing campaign to the LAPD about their chief of police and his atrocious behavior toward the people that he is paid to serve due to his affiliation with the cult. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Evelyn Lee Barney, you make me want a paw, Marilyn. I usually do rescues, but I kind of want more choice next time around. Yeah. My daughter has two girl poms, and they're young, and she let them each have a litter, and that's the only reason, that I have poms. So, yeah, it just kinda it never I wasn't really planning on having any more animals, to be honest. Duncan and I were talking about traveling and all that, but after we, lost our 2, older rescues, and, my daughter just kind of, surprised us with Apollo, and then we got Rocky. So that's kinda how that happened. It wasn't like I think that if we had decided I know that if we had decided to get another pet, we would have gone to, a shelter, definitely. Joel McCoy, pet groomers are wonderful. I don't know how they do it. No, I could not do it. I've tried a few times to trim my cat's nails. Yeah, I get so scared that I'm gonna draw blood. I hate that. The headline could have said, "Man dies while trying to cut cat's nails." Oh. Mm. Retired red. I have a cheap rescue, a Chihuahua and Pom. Cute, cutie boy. I bet. I bet. Yeah. I know we talk about everything here, don't we? I know yesterday we start talking about like Oreos and stuff. But that's, it's part of life, right? It's like you deal with the heavy stuff, and you gotta put a little bit of, spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, right? A little bit of laughter and levity, a little shot of JD joking and degrading. Um, love the fur babies. Yes. Yes, we did. You and Amy Scobie have the cutest puppies in SPTV. Aw. Probably because like we're always showing them. I know. I love her puppies. Oh, they're so cute. And I love Reese's animals. They're just so docile. They just lay there. She just cradles them like babies. Mine are all like, "Ah," but I love how she says, Gertie was born in a manger next to the Lord. And then she's like something like merriment and myrrh. And I said it's gold, frankincense, and myrrh. I know all kinds of Bible trivia if you ever want to know. I pretty much have it in my head, most likely still. Still. I can the other day I tried to I rambled off all the books of the in the New Testament, and I was like, "Oh my god, I still remember." It's crazy. LAPD is useless about almost everything. Anyone remember Chief Daryl Gates? Daryl Gates, nightmare. It does sound familiar, but I can't remember what era that was. We're talking about pets. Candy's life. They can only get away with this if we don't step up and get louder about what they're doing. This goes for LAPD and the cult and all who shield them from accountability and prosecution. Absolutely. I agree. Peggy, I could not live without a house full of fur babies. Yes, it was getting really lonely, honestly, because my boys moved out, and yeah, so it was nice to get Apollo, and then I think it is nice. It's great for him to have somebody to play with, and he's so good. He's so gentle with Rocky. I was a little bit worried at first because he's kind of like this goofy teenager, he's just like, "Wha," and I was afraid he would, like, just accidentally, like, hurt Rocky, but he's been super gentle, and he'll play with him. Like, we keep his nails clipped and everything, but he'll play with him with his mouth, like, he'll, like, pretty much he can almost fit Rocky in his mouth, but he doesn't clamp down. He's like he just kinda, like, throws him around, and Rocky loves it. He goes back comes back for more. It's just nuts. "Honey, you doing laundry?" I didn't realize the doors cracked. I could hear you doing the the dial on the dryer. That's so funny. Oh, thanks, honey. Yeah. Sandy, I don't use pet clippers. I use small people nail clippers, easier for me to control. Oh, we got some new ones that have like a guard on it, and Duncan's been using them. I usually hold them and he clips because I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid clipping. Candy's life. Aaron and Reese have the cutest big dogs. Yes. The poodle mixes. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. I'm just scrolling down. Like I said, I'm flying solo. Joel McCoy. The problem, as I see it, is that the LAPD makes it more about the money than the laws that are being broken. Yep. Yeah, and they have that excuse me, that safe pointing thing where they basically bribe them, One sec. Doodles, yeah, I love me some doodles, like golden doodles, is that what they call? Um, Goliath? Is that his name? The SP pup. Yeah, so I did put some a bunch of links in the description. So the two videos that we've been talking about, the one with Mike and Leah talking to Rachael Hastings, and also the video that Aaron and Vanessa did yesterday about what is SPTV, what it isn't, how it evolved, and where they see it going. How to get involved if you're an ex-Scientologist and you want to tell your story. So it was just wonderful. So definitely check that out. I've also got 3 playlists there. Um, of Vanessa's channel is The Gray Zone, and Liz Ferris is Pokemon and Cults, and, also Michelle Carpenter. I've got her playlist, so there's 3 playlists if you can help these ladies, help them out with some watch hours. Oh, were your ears ringing? I was just talking about you a second ago. Hi, sweetie. Oh, now, okay, I got my 2 Lizzes in the chat, so now I'm complete. And you're both West Coast girls too. You are troopers getting up so early. Good to see you, honey. Yes, so Liz Ferris um, has her new channel. She's getting really close with her watch hours. So if everybody can help push her over the goal mark, the goal post, that would be awesome. Yes, and honey, Liz had a video, with a surprise guest. I won't give it away. I didn't get to watch it all last night because it was so late when I got home from the kids. We went to open mic, but I've been trying to listen to as many things as I can. Saying good morning to everyone. Great to see everybody. Yeah, so, I can't believe it's already Thursday. Yeah. So, I'm pretty excited about this coming week and some things I have going on. One thing I can tell you, uh, not sure how many of you would have seen this, but there was a documentary out. It's gotta be almost 2 years now, maybe a year and a half. It was called LuLaRich, and it was about an MLM called LuLaRoe with those gosh darn leggings. And one of the contributors, she is hilarious and awesome, Roberta Blevins. She, I know her as the dead fart leggings lady because she said that she had started selling the leggings, the LuLaRoe, and they were sending her these like moldy leggings and they reeked. And she had built up her business and put so much into it and was recruiting other people and getting pretty big downline. There's the upline and the downline. And then when she started realizing how bad it was, um she simultaneously had been watching the Aftermath series, the Leah Remini and the Aftermath. And one night she was watching and it dawned on her. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm in a cult." And she really, in a way, was. If you watch that documentary, Lula Lula Rich, oh my God, it's crazy, but it is kind of entertaining, but in like a you know, I don't know, like a crazy way. But anyways, so Roberta Levin, she started doing this podcast a few years back, and she also has a pretty active Facebook group, a bunch of different media outlets. She started a YouTube channel, hasn't done a lot with it yet, but she's looking to do more. And her podcast is amazing. I think she's up to she's gotta be 180 something episodes, and she's interviewed Leah, I think, or definitely interviewed Mike. Leah and Mike interviewed her on the Fair Game podcast, and I think her episode was, like, probably the second to last one from when they took a break, like, last March, like, a year and a half ago now. So and her episode on the Fair Game podcast was awesome. So I was sort of, like, fangirling. I was like, "Oh, I love her, I love her." And it turns out that our very own Michelle Carpenter knows her very well. They're like best friends. And they reached out to me and said, "Would you like to be on the podcast?" And I was like, "Huh? What? Well, hell yeah." And I think Liz Gale is gonna do it as well. So yeah, so that's coming up next week. It might be a while before it comes out, but yeah, that's really exciting because I love Roberta, and I love that she not only does MLMs, but she also talks to people from other high control and cult type groups. So, um, I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm excited also that people from um, other cults and groups, right, are kind of starting to collaborate with people in SPTV. And not only is it, this SPTV space is primarily about Scientology and ex Scientologist stories, but there is a lot of crossover happening too because we can, relate in a lot of ways. And I think the movement of the ex Scientology or the Scientology anti-Scientology movement. I don't know what I'm trying to say. The anti-Scientology movement is also can be broadened into an anti-cult movement because it's epidemic. I mean, I was talking to Vanessa LaRose about this. It's like when I was younger, there were certain things you just didn't talk about, right? Like child essay. That's something that was like hush hush. A lot of times it was covered up, even in families. A lot of things would happen, and it was a topic you didn't talk about. And I kind of felt like that with cults too, because I was silent for 15 years. I just didn't have anybody to talk to about it. I didn't For the longest time, I didn't really know that I was in a cult. I couldn't really express it. But now it's so great to be able to say, "Hey, yeah, I was in a cult," especially with all you all, because you understand and you won't think I'm crazy. Well, maybe you do. That's okay because I kind of am a little, a lot, something like that. Oh, I think I one second. I want to see if there is a new link. Oh, yes. Okay. Thanks, Liz. Liz Ferris just sent um, Thank you for the reminder. So Vanessa LaRose of the Gray Zone, also Degraded Daughters Dianetics, she is going live at, I believe it's 3 p.m. Um, Eastern time today. Not going to miss that. So if you haven't subscribed to her channel, again, it's in the description. And I think I actually have a link to her channel and her video that she did with Mike yesterday. So please check that out. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That would be wonderful. You won't be disappointed, I promise. Yes. And it's The Gray Zone with Vanessa LaRose. Yeah, it's at The Gray Zone with Vanessa LaRose. If you just Google or you just put in The Gray Zone, you're going to get tons of gray zones. So have to drop out. Bye, Lydia. Thanks for hanging out with us. Great to see you today. There's Daniel Sander. Hello. Hi there. Welcome, welcome. Yes, Roberta Blevins podcast, Life After MLM. And it's great. Oh, Lydia left, but we'll still read her comment. There was a cosmetics MLM, wish I could remember their name. Oh my God, they wouldn't stop messaging me. I only bought an eyeshadow. Well, there's a lot of them. The ones I remember, back in the day, my adopted mom sold Mary Kay 'cause she used Mary Kay. And I think one of her friends had the pink Cadillac or something like that. Yeah, that was wild. The product wasn't bad. It's just the multi-level of it all, right? You don't really make money. I resisted most of that. I did sell something called Jafra, which was like named after this couple, Janet and Frank, and it was sort of like a Mary Kay type thing, skincare. But that's the only one I ever did, and it was just to get the discount and get some stuff. But I tried to do like one party, like actually, like you know, take charge of it, do a party, but I did not like it at all. Unique could be a bit forward with recruiting. I think my daughter Haley did Unique. Again, just to get the discount, but she said she lost money. I mean, nobody makes money except for very, very few. Poet, my ex-in-laws did a lot of MLM. They were always their own best customer. Right. Right. There's this really funny series. It's funny, but it's also really sad. I think it's called Becoming a God in Central Florida, and it has, Kirsten Dunst in it, and it is crazy. I don't even wanna give it away because if you haven't seen it and you wanna see it, it's basically a like a parody kind of on Amway, and her and her husband get involved in this, and it's like they have to listen to all these tapes. It's kinda like the indoctrination that, like, I went through and Scientologists go through listening to all the lectures, like L. Ron Hubbard, and my case, it was Marlene and all this. They were just listening to all over and over and over, but, like, to the point where they were, like, driving off the road because they were exhausted. They were so driven. So trying to support their family with their real job, and on the other hand, trying to make money with this Amway type. I forgot the name. It was like, a spoof name, but it was wild. There were, not real alligators, but, like, alligators involved, like, chomping people, yeah. So it's really wild. Really, really wild. Claire, I was part of Arbonne. I've heard of that. I've never tried any of this stuff. My mother was an Avon lady. Yeah, Avon's still around. I'm kinda surprised. There's, like, one Avon lady in my area because I'll see it on Facebook sometimes. People will be like, "Oh, anybody have any, like, Skin So Soft?" I hated Skin So Soft. The just my nose itches just thinking about Skin So Soft. Yeah, that, like, really greasy, yeah. Yeah, we talk about everything here, don't we? Hi, hey, Joni. Hello, good morning if it's still morning where you are. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Peggy. I appreciate it. Yeah, Vanessa the Gray Zone. And she will be live today. Everybody try to catch that if you can or watch the replay, but definitely subscribe. Search the Gray Zone with Vanessa. Yeah, it'll pop up. Awesome. Awesome. So she did do, I think, like a 20-minute live the other day or the other night. It was pretty late at night, I think, for me, and just explained why she's starting her own channel and what to expect, and what she feels she can kind of offer as far as like helping people. And she does have a pretty extensive background in mental health and also just healthcare, and she's a certified peer support person and helped Liz Ferris with that and going to the gold base and looking for her dad. So she there's so many things. She's like asked me like, what would you like to know about? And I was like, I gave her a whole list. I'm like, oh, you like, I want, can you define this for me? Or what do you think about that? Or what about like the chemicals in your brain? Like, how do they blah, blah, blah? And what's the mind body? I was like, I think I was it's too much. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I've already thought of that." I'm like, "Oh, I bet you have. I bet you have." So I have a bajillion questions for her because I think it's very important to explore not only this, our stories, telling our stories and getting the word out there about cult abuse and about narcissistic abuse and other things that have happened, and just to warn people about it, but also to focus on the recovery aspect of it and the deconstructing of it all and the understanding, so that we can help each other and have tools, have the tools and the vocabulary and the knowledge when something comes up, like, oh, it can really help to know what might be happening in your mind, your body, your emotions. So dealing with like the whole person. So back to this whole SPTV thing, I love what Aaron said about, you know, different different people can have like different approaches, and it's nothing's wrong and everything's okay. However anyone wants to approach it. He said just be yourself and do whatever you feel you want to do. And there's nobody telling anybody what to do. And he did say that one thing that he really wanted to that ended up doing was posting every day. He was posting on current events, and he took a lot of the blogs were posting on current events in Scientology, but not really any of the channels. So he started doing that, and he said that he and Liz Gale are the only ones that he knows of right now doing that. Maybe there's more, but yeah, I thought that was really good. That was important because it was like a empty, spot or a need that they're filling. So I think that's great. Oh, hey, Lisa Marchbanks, Dragonfish Handmade Goods. Good morning, beautiful. Good to see you, sweetheart. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I love it. Michelle R. My grandma was an Avon lady. She earned quite a bit of money. It was a way for her to be independent and have spending money back in the day of having a household allowance for my grandpa. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, some people do, especially if it doesn't get like, I don't think Avon had as much of like a top down, upline downline thing, because usually you'd have your local Avon lady, and there weren't like 36 of them. Now with things like Pampered Chef, which I love the products, I have a ton of Pampered Chef stuff, but my both of my sisters, my adopted sisters, have sold Pampered Chef, and then I had friends that were selling it, and I was just being like torn, like, can you have a party? Can you blah, 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 do you want to be a consultant? And it was like it would just be this frantic thing. And I was just like, no, I mean, if I need or want something, I'll buy it. But I don't want to be pressured to have a party all the time or be a consultant or anything like that. So, and what I notice is it just becomes this saturation thing. So, um, like with like that doesn't seem that seemed good. Like it wasn't a saturation problem, but with Pampered Chef in my area, so many people are doing it that now like there's like a pressure to recruit, but then they're taking business away from you, so where do you go, so it can be a house of cards, but some people do make money on it. Yep, Tupperware, that's another one. Yep, Amway, yeah, I was just talking about that Amway kinda that spinoff, that show. Oh my god, I don't remember if it was I think it was like a little series, like a mini series or something. It was called Becoming a God in Central Florida. Totally worth watching. It was really outrageously crazy, but really good. I think Duncan even watched it with me and we kind of binged it. I'm like, even Duncan watched it with me. Oh man, I had so much skin so soft. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, just thinking about it again makes my nose itch. Yeah. Where Avon used to be less MLME. My neighbor was the local Avon lady who would, yeah, when I was a kid, and she made good money with it. Right. Yeah. Mm. Betsy Sue. I had a Tupperware party once to get free stuff. Yeah, that's basically why I did it too. We had it on, 9/11. I thought about canceling it, but did the party anyway to keep our minds off reality for a couple hours. Yeah, I understand that. Peggy, I'm an Army wife, and because we move around so much, MLMs really target military spouses. Oh, interesting. I know someone who sells pretty much everything. It bothers me because we are good targets. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, I wonder why they say that. Well, I guess like churches, like Mormons, I guess, are really big into MLM. And I know that in several churches that I know of, there's a lot of consultants, different MLMs, maybe because the networking aspect of it, and also the appeal, because in my experience, I'm just saying that the appeal to like stay-at-home moms is really big, and in many religious circles, there's a high percentage of stay-at-home moms. So, and you're always looking for a way to stretch, especially if you're living on a one income. That's tough. These days, it's so hard, really. Right. Any world where there are a lot of stay at home moms. Yeah. I guess I answered my own question, but yeah, you're right. Betsy Sue. I have homework to get to, but I wanted to pop in and say hi. Thanks for coming. Hey, Betsy Sue. Have a great day. Good for you for going to school. I'm proud of you. Proud of anybody that can manage school on top of everything else. I think it's awesome. It's awesome. So, guys, I think I'm gonna head out soon. It's great to chat with you all and start my day with you. We got a board meeting tonight. I gotta make sure all my ducks are in a row and work on some last minute paperwork and all that. So, yeah, so tomorrow, I don't have the link up yet, but, I'll be pushing it probably, especially on Facebook, but the lovely Michelle Carpenter will be on with me, I think tomorrow at noon. I'll have to confirm the time with her, but she, has a channel, devoted mostly to anti-MLM, but you probably know her as the creator of the SPTV Discord server. So every time, if you're signed up for that, every time you get a notification you didn't get from YouTube, but you get from Discord, we can thank Michelle for that. So, which I love that. I love it, love it. So, yeah, so I'll be on with her tomorrow. That'll be a lot of fun. She is so much fun. So tune in for that. It'll be a little bit later tomorrow because I hate to drag a guest out of bed so early. But so yeah, have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for hanging out with me. Take care. Bye.